Well, good morning, and welcome to White Center and White Center Heights Park. Before we begin, I want to acknowledge that this park and all of these lands are the ancestral home of the Duwamish people, and we are eternally in the debt of those who cared for this land from time immemorial. And I hope that the work that we are doing today and that we will be doing moving forward on our replanting in some small way pays tribute and honor to that legacy and to the debt that we cannot repay. You know, today is a day when all of us could use a little bit of good news, and I am glad we're able to gather together here today to celebrate a real achievement by the people of King County. In 2016, and it's hard to believe it's been that long, I stood here with partners to kick off a bold initiative to plant 1 million trees across King County. We mobilized 100 partners. There were cities and nonprofit organizations, schools, youth groups, global companies. Many individuals pitched in. More than 30,000 volunteers. And in typical King County fashion, we didn't just succeed, we reached our goal more than a year ahead of time. So I want to thank our partners, our volunteers, our staff, and particularly Jessica Engel, who's enjoying some well-deserved time off this week, and County Parks Volunteer Program staff for making this remarkable achievement possible. You have produced immediate and lasting results. Cleaner air and water, reduced flood risks, cooler salmon-bearing streams, more tree canopy in neighborhoods, and a healthier public green space. My commitment to each of you is that we are going to build on this momentum. Now, in a few weeks, I will transmit my proposal for the 2020 Strategic Climate Action Plan. We will keep up an accelerated pace of tree planting and a strong commitment to equity. We will permanently protect forests so that they keep storing CO2. And we will prepare our forests for the impact of climate change. It's reassuring to know that even during a challenging time, we can still unite as a region to achieve meaningful results that matter for our generation and those to come. And I hope that all those who appreciate this work will join in as we take on the next leg of this journey in restoring our natural inheritance. It's my pleasure now to introduce to you Patricia BAKKER of the City of Seattle.
Thank you and good morning. I'm very happy to be here. We at the City of Seattle are very pleased that our ongoing forest management efforts have contributed greatly to this worthy program, this diverse partnership, focused on the goal to not only plant trees for the health of our communities and our ecosystems, but to ensure their establishment and therefore their benefits lasting well into the future. Seattle, as the Emerald City, is proud that our residents, visitors, and city government have long had a passion for trees, and that this is continuing even during this pandemic. It's more important than ever to ensure that our green spaces stay healthy. Our community needs them now more than ever, and they need our care more than ever as climate change impacts continue and increase. These green spaces and resources need our care to stay healthy in the face of these climate impacts, such as the longer, drier summers that we've been experiencing that require longer establishment periods, and they return the favor as these healthy established trees increase the resilience of our human communities as well in the face of these climate impacts. The city has for many years taken action to increase our tree canopy and ensure the health of our urban forests. For instance, the Green Seattle Partnership has planted about 300,000 trees since its inception in 2005. Also, our 2-for-1 tree replacement requirement and program leads to hundreds of trees being planted and cared for annually. And of course, our Department of Transportation cares for and plants thousands of trees. And we also have our Trees for Seattle program that helps residents learn about and plant trees on private property as well to further increase the tree canopy throughout the city. And we also share King County's focus on equity and inclusion as we carry out this work. Throughout all of these programs, we work to ensure that the benefits of trees are culturally appropriate and distributed equitably throughout the city. So we're thrilled to have been part of this partnership to see 1 million trees planted throughout the county and to reinvigorate the community's interest in trees. And we're really happy to be celebrating this important milestone with you all today. Thank you. And I would like to introduce Jeanette Dorner with the Mid-Sound Fisheries Enhancements Group. Jeanette.
Good morning, everybody. First off, I really want to thank Executive Constantine for creating this initiative to plant 1 million trees in King County, and to our partners in King County that have helped to support Mid-Sound Fisheries Enhancement Group's efforts to help plant trees. We are really proud to be part of this initiative. Our group, working with many partners and community volunteers, is working to recover our declining salmon populations by bringing people together to do projects that restore salmon habitat. Planting native trees along our salmon stream and rivers is one of the simplest and most important things that we can do collectively to take care of our salmon heritage. Trees help salmon by providing shade that cools the water, by filtering the pollutants and keeping the water clean, by providing bugs in the streams that baby salmon can eat, and logs in the stream that baby fish can use to hide from things that want to eat them. When we plant trees along the stream, we're not just taking care of the fish, we're also taking care of our communities. Healthy salmon populations have always been important for our local tribes, physically, culturally, and spiritually. The tribes have cared for the salmon since time immemorial, and they have always understood that when we take care of the salmon, we are taking care of the whole ecosystem, including ourselves. Now those of us that have arrived in this area in the last 170 years have the opportunity to learn from that wisdom and work in partnership with our tribes to continue to take care of the salmon and the health of our communities. The benefits of planting trees here in King County doesn't just contribute to the health of King County. We are also benefiting the health of Puget Sound. Some of you may have heard the announcement this week that Tahlequah, the southern resident orca mother who captured our hearts with her grief as she carried her dead baby for 17 days, is pregnant again. She and the rest of her orca family are dependent on salmon as their primary food. So when we plant the trees to take care of the salmon, we are helping to take care of the orcas and Puget Sound. So we celebrate today this first milestone of planting 1 million trees, but our work is not done. We look forward to working with all of you to get started on planting the next 1 million as we keep working together to restore the health of our community. Thank you. And next up, we have Brandy Reed from King Conservation District.
Excuse me. Good morning. Congratulations to 1 million trees and all the partners that have this success of planting over 1.1 million trees in nearly a year ahead of schedule. And thank you as well, Executive Constantine, for your leadership in mobilizing King County residents to address tree and forest conservation priorities. We know that the road ahead of us is it's essential that everyone participate in addressing the environmental challenges associated with declining and diminishing tree canopy and forest cover. And sorry, I totally lost my train of thought, beg your pardon. And we know that the the long game that we're playing here, that we have to do in short order, is recover resiliency of the Puget Sound trees and forests. So with over half of the Puget Sound land base in private ownership, it's essential that we are able to engage all forest properties in all urban backyards in contributing to recovering and enhancing and expanding trees and tree canopy and forests. Every yard is in the environment is in every yard, and every yard is part of the forest canopy network, and every parcel is essential to the resiliency of Puget Sound. King CD is really fortunate and glad that we're able to provide services to people King County residents who want to be part of the solution, who understand the larger environmental concerns outside their backyards, and who take voluntary action to better and directly benefit the larger community. King CD, since 2015, has worked to build many partnerships to enhance and expand tree canopy and forest cover, and we're continuing to explore new partnerships to build on those efforts to continue to build out even more tree and forest canopy cover. So with regards to 1 million trees and this initiative, our efforts in conjunction with all the other partners who have participated in this project is that we engaged 1,800 landowners, homeowners, and residents in planting over 450 acres with 33,000 of the 1.1 million trees that we're here today to celebrate. And we are really pleased to be here with everyone and with all the partners to celebrate this success of the 1 Million Trees initiative, a success that has positioned us very well for future efforts to build on the tree and forest canopy conservation efforts that have been launched through this initiative. And with that, I just say congratulations to every 1 Million Trees partner for this legacy. Thank you. And I am also here to introduce your next speaker, and that is Amy Wan, volunteer extraordinaire.
Good morning, everyone. I would really just love to say that I am so excited for and proud of the people of King County for achieving such a momentous goal of planting 1 million trees so far ahead of schedule. The determination and the kindness of our community members is so amazing, and it never fails to inspire and humble me. So as an individual volunteer, I first got into restoration events in 2009 when my 8th grade biology teacher brought my class to a field trip where we planted native shrubs and trees on the bank of a creek. And so I remember having so much fun as a kid. It's so great to start out as a young person who just has no perception of what dirtiness means, what being crazy means. It's so good. So start them young. That's all I have to say. So since then, I've been inviting family, friends, and coworkers to different restoration events across King County, and it's been a really good time. It's a great way to get in touch with nature, to meet other volunteers who also want to make a good impact on the community, and to also just, get a few good hours of hard work in. It's also a great opportunity to meet the King County volunteer coordinators as well as restoration crew members. All these people are so incredibly important. They've all enabled people like me to get out there and plant trees and help all these wonderful people do their job as effectively as they can. I'm so thankful to be here, and I'm so proud of the people of King County. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. Thank you. I would now like to invite on Amy Brockhouse, who's the Deputy Director of Mountains to Sound Greenway.
Good morning. Thank you, Executive Constantine. Thank you, King County Council. Thank you, King County staff, for 1 million trees. This is a really exciting day. The last time I had the honor of sharing a podium with Executive Constantine, we were celebrating the innovative land conservation initiative that seeks to protect treasured places through public land acquisition. Today, we celebrate an incredible commitment to benefit the ecological health of those natural lands and so many more throughout the county. We applaud King County's leadership through 1 million trees and the King County 30-year forest plan, which will ensure healthy, resilient forests that store carbon and provide cleaner air, cleaner water, wildlife habitat, and increased tree cover throughout our communities. Our collective ability to plant 1 million trees shows the power of collaboration in our region with tribes, government agencies, cities, nonprofits, schools, volunteers, businesses, and local citizens working together to plant trees in local city parks and on forested mountainsides. Greenway crews and volunteers were honored to plant 89,000 of those trees. This kind of good work takes time. 30 years ago, a group of citizens came together to conserve some of the forest lands in the foothills of the Cascade Mountains. This group envisioned a greenway up and over Snoqualmie Pass. 3 decades later, we are fortunate to have the Mountains to Sound Greenway National Heritage Area between Seattle and Ellensburg. For this, we applaud the foresight and vision of early Greenway founders, and especially including early King County partnership. In a similar fashion, 3 decades from now, we will applaud the foresight and vision of King County leaders for clean air, clean water, wildlife habitat, and resilient forests in our region. We live in a very special place where parks, forests, and rivers are close at hand. We are proud to join many partners to care for our forests and our climate. Congratulations on 1 million trees.
Thank you, Amy. And before we turn to questions, I just want to make note of the fact that the director of our Department of Natural Resources and Parks, Christy True, is making a rare off-island appearance all the way from Vashon to be with us today. That is how momentous this occasion is. Thank you for being here.